This is James Helder for IFL TV in association with Max and Jim Marbella. We're at the press conference today for the show for the 11th of July. Just have to think then myself.
Yeah.
With me, I've got former IBF world champion and world title challenger Paul Butler. What's happening, Paul? You alright?
Yeah, I'm good, James.
Good, good. First and foremost, last time we saw you out, tough night's work versus TETE.
Very tough.
Real pride in yourself, the way you handled yourself after the fight and conducted yourself, I've got to say.
Yeah, he was a world-class operator. Everything we tried to do, he had an answer for. Now and again in life, you've just got to praise the better man, and that's what Zolani was. He was world-class. Everything we tried, he had an answer for. Freak at the weight. Unbelievable punching power, but well done to him, yeah.
Listen, I don't want to talk about Zolani TETE too much because this is about Paul Butler, but I just thought we had to touch on him a little bit, just because of credit where credit's due, you know. It
is credit where credit's due. I've said it to everyone. The better man won. He's a phenomenon, and like Francis said before, you can see him going up the weights, and he'll cause them all problems. I think he's taller than 3 of the featherweight world champions at the moment. He's got longer reach than Gennady Golovkin. He is just a phenomenon at the weight. Like, he was unbelievable.
I mean, you're back in action on the comeback trail. What kind of level of opponent will you be coming in with at this fight?
I think we're looking at a Mexican.
You love a Mexican, don't you?
I know. I was just about to say, I always get a tough Mexican, mate. That just doesn't stop. Does not stop. Loves a bit of punishment. But
tough pressure fighting Mexican.
That's it, yeah. I always get them, but no. You're going to see a good performance from me on July the 11th. We've been working hard in the gym since 2 weeks after TETE. We've been straight back sparring straight away. The week I was back, so we're picking up new things and we're trying new things, and you'll see a different Paul Butler.
What I like about you, Paul, is sometimes people after defeat, they make so many excuses. It's the trainer's fault, the gum shield wasn't in right, it's whatever the case may be. You haven't made no excuses. You haven't you took all the pressure and blame on yourself, and you and your team seem stronger and more confident than ever. Yeah.
Listen, a lot of people change trainers when they have a defeat. I had 15, 20 defeats as an amateur. I didn't go moving around gyms. A lot of amateurs do. But me and Arnie, I think the game plan was right. It was just that his punch power was frightening, and his jab was so good on the night, and his punch power was frightening every time. I think when I did take a risk in the 8th round and I banged my gloves together and I thought, because I said to Arnie in the 7th round, I said, this is a shutout this after the 7th. So I had to go out and I had to have a go. And when I did pressure him, he was looking for that upcut all night. And when he did land it, it was the shot I didn't see, and God knows how I got up from that as well.
Incredible, absolutely incredible. You've obviously got aspirations to challenge again for a world title. How many fights do you reckon before we can see you mixing at that level? Because today we heard Francis talking about potential fight with CONLAN. That in itself could be massive, couldn't it?
CONLAN's a great fighter. Seems a great kid as well with the interviews he's done with yous. I've seen a few of his fights. He's a good fighter. He comes to fight. I come to fight. So I'm sure it's the fight the public would love to see. And he holds a good ranking with the WBO, so I'm sure the winner of that could get a world title fight. So hopefully within like the next 2-3 fights, I'm mixing. Even if it's not CONLAN, I want to be mixing with someone around that level. I think he's ranked number 6. If he wins on July the 4th, I'm sure that'll go up 1 or 2 again. So anyone, it doesn't have to be Jamie, it can be someone around that level. I just want to be in and around the mix of being ready for the world title.
Francis was saying about potentially going over to watch Jamie in Dublin, so that tells me that the inclinations are that fight might be happening sooner than we think. I'm
sure it's a pretty easy fight to make, me and Jamie. I know Francis, and they work a lot with MGM Marbella, and it is a pretty easy fight to make. So I'm sure there has been talk of it in the past, and I'm sure there will be talk of it again after hopefully we both win. Obviously on the July the 4th and me on July the 11th.
So now I'm sitting here with an MGM Marbella top. I'm not trying to pressurise you, by the way.
No.
It's just because it was spoke about. I thought I'd ask the questions.
No.
Anything else you want to talk to me about? What you've been up to? You had a little break from boxing. You had a couple of weeks away with the lads.
No. Obviously the first week, you go to the pub, everyone wants to talk about TETE and the loss and what you're going to do. I just needed to get away, so I went away with the lads to Tenerife for 5 days, and obviously took my mind off things, and obviously that's 2 weeks after the fight. When I'm back, everyone had seemed to forget about it and that, and since then I've been in the gym. Obviously went to the Mayweather fight. I didn't get a ticket, but I was out in Vegas. The atmosphere out there was unbelievable. Nice to be around.
Did you notice a difference from where, not clingers on, but certain people were on your phone a lot more before the defeat? Did you notice that? Is that something that you've noted?
Not really. You do notice the odd few, like when you're in the pub the day after you've won, how many people are in there, and then there's like the odd few that were there 4 or 5 times before that ain't there.
It can be a lonely life sometimes with boxing, can't it?
It can be. It's a lonely place in the ring, and when you get beat, it can be very lonely for some people. But I've got a good crowd. I watched the end of the fight the other day. Someone posted it on one of my interviews, and I watched the end of it. I won't watch the whole fight because it's frustrating, but I watched the knockout because I appreciate a good shot.
Even watching yourself,
even if it's me on the end of the shot, world class shot. You've got to praise him for that. And at the end of it, I can't really remember it from the night, and the applause from the crowd after it'd been beaten. They were still singing, so it's nice to obviously still be appreciated when you've just lost.
Strange sport, boxing. It's the only sport I think where you can be the absolute man on the Thursday and you'd be the forgotten man on the Sunday.
It is.
It's incredible.
It is. But like I say, I've got an amazing crowd, and the amount of people that have wrote to me after the defeat saying, "Can't wait for your next one, when are you back out?" And I'm sure we'll sell a lot of tickets for up here in Manchester as well.
As I say, I thought you showed a lot of heart in the fight. You conducted yourself like a real man after the fight as well, very impeccable.
Yeah, you've got to take defeat on the chin. I think there's no point in making excuses. You get beat by the better man, or you get beat anyway. Like, I don't think Linares was the better man on Saturday. I think Kevin Mitchell was winning the fight, but he's shown his opponent respect, and he took it on the chin like a man.
Feel sorry for Kevin Mitchell, probably 10 seconds away from winning the world title.
I know.
Gets ended around, he gets stopped on the cut, you go to the scorecard, I had him a couple up.
Yeah.
Real shame.
I had him 1 or 2 up myself, but it was a real shame. Linares was obviously coming straight back into that fight.
Take nothing away from Linares.
Linares, proper true champion. Got dropped, got back up, and he cleared his head pretty quick. Normally Mitchell would take people out like that because he is a great finisher. And I'd love to see him win a world title. I think he's going to be one of them that.
Do you think that was his best opportunity to win a world title?
I think he'll get another crack, you know.
Be nice
I think he's too good not to. I think it was more so the pain of the swelling coming up than the actual shot that Linares caught. I think it was
brutal,
the pain. Yeah, I think it was the pain that made him go down, because he like sort of turned his head in that much pain. So I think if that swelling didn't come up, I think he'd have had that in the bag.
We know how tough Kevin Mitchell is, and for him to sort of go down like that, he must have been in some kind of pain.
Yeah, I think it was like, is it the Russian who Costa Zoo trains?
Yeah.
His face came up that bad. That should have been
That's
stopped.
That's probably the worst one I've ever seen.
Yeah, but it was sort of like that, and it did look really painful. I feel for him.
All right, well listen, we look forward to seeing you back in action, back on the comeback trail.
Yep.
No doubt you will have aspirations to put things right for yourself.
Definitely. Looking forward to it myself. I'm sure you'll see a better Paul Butler then.
Tickets available from yourself and Arnie's gym?
Yeah, I'll have them personally, so anyone that wants tickets, just come to me.
Do you actually run about and drop your tickets off personally?
Everywhere, yeah. I've done it since day one, and I'll do it until the day I retire as well.
That's crazy. Imagine if you was world champion, would you still do it?
Yeah.
So you like knock on your door, on someone's door with your belt, here's your free ticket, £60 tickets.
Done it a few times. A few people have like said, can you drop some tickets off and bring your belt, like to have a picture with the kids and stuff. So
that's blind.
Yeah, done it a few times.
That's credit to you, Paul. That's absolutely brilliant, honestly. Because you know what it's like when people, I don't know, some of my friends might bring their son with me. If they get a picture of one of the boxers, they're so happy. Yeah. Let alone if one of the heroes comes and knocks on their door with the belt and drops off their tickets. It's
just being a normal person, though, isn't it? It's like I remember like when I've been a kid and like you've asked someone for an autograph and they've said no, and I've seen it since I've been a professional as well. I've seen kids in the changing rooms come up to me, have signed a glove, and they've said, "Oh, was that so and so over there?" And I've said, "Yeah." And I've said, Go on, I'm sure he'll sign it, and they've brushed him away. Obviously, I'm not going to say no names, but...
Go on, give me one name, you know you want to.
No, it's not right, but I don't think it's right if it takes 2 minutes to sign. Best wishes, and then your name. It's nice to be nice, so you've got to give the fans what they want, and I'm sure them little kids, when they're older, they'll remember me signing the glove, and they'll remember the person who never signed the glove, and they'll be like, don't like him.
100%. Friend told me an interesting story. If you're good to one person, they'll probably tell 3 people. If you're bad to one person, they'll probably tell 15.
Exactly, yeah.
So keep doing what you're doing, Paul. Genuinely nice man. Thank you for giving me some time, mate.
Nice one,
I'll
mate.
see you soon, bro.